Now then, crafters and dreamers, welcome back to Screencraft. Thank you once again for tuning in today. I really appreciate it. So hit that subscribe button and hit that bell once again. Really appreciate all of you helping out doing this. And I thought it'd be time for me to do a video about something you never learn about until you've experienced it as a director or an actor or a DOP. And that is when you go away to film a show or film, you have to travel long distances and be away from your family for quite a while. And what I always say is that I'm not paid to do my job. I do my job for free. I'm paid to be away from my family. And often you're away from your family for a very long time. And the place where I live is a place called Scarborough. And it's about as far away from civilization or Hollywood or any form of glamour as you can possibly imagine. It's like I would say it's like the pub at the beginning of American Wealth in London, in the hills of North Yorkshire. It's kind of trapped by the Yorkshire moors and the coast. So to get anywhere takes ages. The nearest city is York, and that's a good hour away. The closest I've ever worked from home is a good 2.5 hours away when I did All Creatures Great and Small. And what I figured out is when I first did my early jobs when I was away from home. I've been away from home from every job, but I soon figured out that it's really hard to be away, but what does make it easier is one or two little home comforts. So, let's go. So, what do we need? What essentials do we need to make it feel like we're still at home? We all have our phones. We have to FaceTime our family. I recommend doing that at least twice a day. When I did Death in Paradise, the internet was so bad, and my little boy was about 3 at the time. I couldn't FaceTime my little boy, and I found it so difficult. And if I'd have been able to FaceTime him, I'd have found that so much easier to get through. Being away for like 9-10 weeks with a little boy is quite challenging to be away from him. So I found that really difficult, but I'd highly recommend FaceTiming loved ones every day so you still get that feeling you're part of home. Even just like my wife was sitting watching telly and I would sit on FaceTime with her just so we felt together. It sounds really odd, but let me tell you, it helps. Now, a few other things you need to take, which I would massively recommend. I've got this, which is a poncho. Now, this poncho was gifted to me on a show I did. And the lovely costume lady brought me this poncho and said, I think you need this. And I did need it. It was absolutely belting down and I was soaking wet. And I thought, I'm going to look like a complete Wally in this. But I didn't care because it's absolutely fantastic. And all I do is I keep the poncho in my work bag every single time I go anywhere. Regardless of where it is, if I'm still in the studio or if I'm at work, it goes in my trusty work bag. And this is another big tip I'd give you. Apart from keeping your poncho in your work bag, I have a bright orange work bag. Because 9 times out of 10, when you get to work, you'll sling your bag down. And there'll be a mountain of black bags. And it'll be a nightmare to find your bag. So I keep an orange bag with me all the time. Or a bright coloured bag, so I know where it is all the time. And I can say to a runner, if I've lost my bag, can you find my bag? It's bright orange. And 9 times out of 10 they'll find it. I've never lost a bag yet. Another thing that you need. I have my own bottle that I take to work to fill up and I put everything in it. I drink tea with oat milk. So I carry my own special cup with me everywhere I go. It's been everywhere with me. And what I would say is I discovered I used to get migraines all the time, and I discovered that I was allergic to dairy. I used to drink a lot of milk and have a lot of cheese. And I used to get like migraines like once every 2 weeks, like really bad, really, really bad. And I did a thing called a York test. And what we'll do is put a link to a York test in the comments so you can check it out. And before I start any job, I'd recommend you do an allergy test, because the last thing you want to do, you get this opportunity to prove how good you are at your skill. and you don't want it to be ruined by any form of allergic reaction to anything, get fully checked out before you start. I can't recommend it enough. It's been totally life-changing for me since I did my allergy test, and it's made life so much better. I haven't had a single migraine since. My head's been a lot clearer. I've been able to function a lot better. Now, I've got some other things that are more important to make you feel at home. Everywhere I go, I take my own teacup. I don't take it to work, but normally if I have an apartment or a hotel, I take my own cup that I drink at home from my favourite mug. It's actually from the Over Easy Cafe on Sanibel Island in Florida, which is my favourite place to go. So I take this with me, it's my little piece of home, and it makes home that little bit closer. Now, I mentioned before about allergies. I always take painkillers with me because I have problems with my knees as well. I take these every day. Advil, they're American. I always buy a bottle when I go to America. If I need these at work, I always take a little bottle of painkillers. I never know when I'm going to need them. It's always reliable to have. And on with that as well, with my leg, I take a spare splint with me. This one's got my name on it, like Hollywood, as in the Top Gun thing. Because I never know, I go through these a lot. The ankle straps wear out really quickly. So everywhere I go, I keep a spare in the back of my car, or if I'm going abroad somewhere, I take a spare in the suitcase. Because I never know, if the ankle strap had broken, I'm stitched without it. I really need that. So that's always take the spare items you need. Obviously, probably no one else watching this will need one of these, but there's always something you might need that you should take with you. Now, I consider this next thing the most important thing of all. I always take my Xbox with me everywhere I go. Now, some people at work think I might be antisocial because after work, I don't see people after work. I don't like seeing people after work. It's not that I don't like the people I'm with. I love the people I'm with all the time. But the thing is, all day at work as a director, all you're doing all day is answering question after question after question after question after question all day, which is our job. That's what we do. And that's what we're good at, giving answers and coming up with the best solutions. But when you've been at work all day, you just want to sit on your own and be quiet. And I do that by sitting on my own and playing on my Xbox. And I can also watch Sky through your Xbox. I can watch Netflix through my Xbox. I can watch WWE Network. I'm a big wrestling nerd. So I can do all that from my room. And that's kind of like how I unwind, because even though it is nice to socialise with people, I like to go home and reset and get my headset for the next day. I'll go and play a bit of Xbox, then I'll look at my notes for the next day. I'll just step out of the world for a little bit, reground myself, then I'll be ready to hit it again. Okay, so that's the video for today, guys. So remember, what you've got to think of, you've got to be James Dean cool, John Wayne tough. Here's a clip for you. This is from my favourite film. It's The Speech from Behind.
Because I was thinking, it really don't matter if I lose this fight. It really don't matter if this guy opens my head either. Because all I want to do is go the distance. Nobody's ever gone the distance with Creed. And if I can go that distance, you see, and that bell rings and I'm still standing. I'm gonna know for the first time in my life, see, that I weren't just another bum from the neighborhood.
Now, there's a reason that scene resonates with me, and it's because everyone thought I was a loser, having a disability. Nobody believed in me, but I believed in myself. And when you pursue this career in film and TV, you'd always get people saying you can't do it. What are you doing that for? You're having a laugh. There's people, in fact my stepmother said to my dad, tell Jordan to get his head out of the clouds, he's dreaming. But people will say that, but you say, keep giving it to me. Now, the trivia is, does anybody know the story behind this one scene? Stallone said it a few times. Put your answers in the comments. Hit the subscribe button. Hit that bell. More videos coming soon. Keep dreaming, everybody. See you soon. Bye-bye.